What's going on? We are back for another edition of the Hot Dish, which is our football-inspired cooking show. Every single week, we are making up a dish inspired by the opponent of the Minnesota Vikings. And despite the Tennessee Titans' best efforts, Vikings taking on the Texans this week. So, of course, Houston, you got Texas, you got beef, and also you just got brisket. Ooh. We cooked up this big, beautiful plate of beef as well as just a full brisket. It's a lot of deliciousness going on. So let's get into how to, and then we'll try it at the end. So you start with the whole brisket. Ironically, it's called a Packer brisket, but whatever. Next, we're going to trim some fat. A couple of pounds of the fat and deck will come off. Now, we like using a fish fillet knife because it's flexible and sharp, unlike Bill O'Brien as a GM. Now, you want to bring it down to about a 1/4 inch of fat all around. Do a better job of trimming than we did because we trim like the Texans offensive line besides tons of blocks. Just not great. Next up, we're going to season this thing. Extremely simple. 50-50 mix, kosher salt, black pepper. Simple, just like feeding Dalvin Cook. Let's go. Get up at an ungodly time. This is really simple, but it does take time. You know, the whole low and slow thing. 250 degrees. Our pellets are oak. I only peaked once during the whole cooking time. Calm down. 8 hours in. So you see the sexiness, just like the Vikings offense that actually uses Justin Jefferson. Let's get it. At about 170 degrees internal, we're going to remove the brisket, wrap it up in butcher paper. You can use tinfoil too, but I prefer paper. I'm going to wrap that thing up. Back out on the smoker. Now, we leave it on there in the paper until it has an internal temperature of 200. Then we let the meat rest for an hour in the cooler. And then, baby, my darling, can't get enough of your meat sweats, babe. Like, this is some full-on Pat Williams, David Dixon, Michael Pierce meat sweats. Let's go. We got the meats. We got the meats. We got the meats. Yeah. All right, so now let's slice this thing up. So we're going to cut up the flat first, which is like for sandwich slices. Cutting gets the grain. Oh, that's a nice little piece there. It's got like the burnt ends. Slicey, slicey. Then you just look at the slices. You got the juiciness. You got that smoke ring. You got everything, baby. That's right. Come on. Come on, son. All right, then take a look at so this is where the flat meets the point. All that juiciness coming in. That's the best part of the flat, in my opinion. Next, we're going to look at the burnt ends. So that's the back end of the point. Got that crispiness. Dice that thing up. It's like Kirk Cousins going to dice up the Texans secondary. Justin Reed, who? Eric Murray, who? Then just cutting up that point. And there we go. Texas brisket, baby. Let's get some. So here it is. All of its glory, all of the brisketiness. We got a little bit of the burnt ends. So this is from the back end of the point, the part that's been rendered out the most, and get that nice little crispiness on the bark, as well as we got some flat. Oh my goodness. Right. So flat, it's delicious, it's moist, and you know, just the time that putting into a brisket, it is absolutely so worth it. But as much as I love the lean of the flat, burnt ends is where it's at, baby. I mean, just look at that. Ooh, the bark, the juiciness. Let's go. All right. Man, that's so worth it. Oh my goodness. So Houston, you got a great quarterback. You have a bad football team. Frankly, you might have one of the only worst offensive lines than the Vikings, but you know how to make beef. Bless you, Texas. I love it. Skol Vikings.